Hello, friends. My name is Aslam Sheikh, your host for this evening. I'm a founder and CEO of Aleph, a platform to promote the global perspective of education and career. This is our 52nd webinar series and broadcasted live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Every Friday, we aim to bring in the valuable speakers to discuss the topic that is important to you and for your career. Those who are joining us first time, let me quickly introduce you who we are and what we do. And I'm sharing the screen so that you can have a look at a very small presentation. So as the name suggests, Aleph is the first letter in Arabic and Urdu language, which signifies the beginning. And that's the reason why probably we chose this name, because for most of the students, this is the first big, bold step outside India for their higher education and career. Our company established in 2008, 2009. Till now, we have counseled over 23,000 students. We maintain 100% admission ratio and 95% visa success ratio. We have got a representation across 14 countries. As a company, we are affiliated with the international bodies like ISEF, WEBA, British Council, BNI, Uni Agent, etc. We also had selected among the top most recommended overseas education consultants last year by the Insight Success. What we promise to a student is definitely 100% guaranteed admission to our university we represent once we select the students suitable for that particular college. And these are some of the world-renowned universities and colleges across the world where our students are either pursuing their bachelor's or PG or master's programs. Well, we also help our students to get the scholarship. Up till 2019 data available with our company, we had helped 23 crores rupees of scholarship with our students under various different scholarship heads which are in front of you. What we do is basically we help you to identify the right course in college. So we start our first step through career counseling by using the two modern technology called DMI or student ability test. We also help you to get coach for the IELTS or TOEFL exam. Our company got a silver partner award from the British Council. And in terms of study abroad, right from student profiling, like how to select the right college course and country, to application process to these universities, we help the students throughout the journey. We also help the students to write a very effective and impressive SOP. Those who are looking for education loan assistance, we help them to connect with the nationalized or private banks. We help you with the visa process, fee transfer, air ticket, foreign exchange, pre-departure, and also to identify the right accommodation based on your budget. These are the countries where we have got the representation across Europe, North America, Middle East, and Asia Pacific. We are very active on social media, so do follow us or join us on Facebook or Insta or subscribe to our YouTube channel where we share a lot of content which is relevant to your career and studying abroad. We also participate or organize a lot of events, of course, now online, but otherwise offline, by inviting students, parents, foreign universities. Not only that, we also encourage our counselors to visit our students whilst they're studying onto the foreign campuses so that we get the live feedback from our students, and we also learn from their experiences to share with our new students back in India. Well, to talk about me, my name is Aslam Sheikh. So I counsel over 1,000 plus students, travel across 14 countries. I'm a certified international consultant by the ISEF WEBA British Council. I'm also the executive member of Bombay Industry Association and ex-president of BNI Plus, the world's largest networking platform. I'm also the very active member of Swiss India Chamber of Commerce, Swiss Indo-German Chamber of Commerce, and US Indian Chamber of Commerce. I was also honored to receive the award by being the top 10 best consulting leaders by Knowledge Review last year. So here is the short introduction about us. And now let's move on to today's topic. And today's topic is very interesting. We've already got a lot of inquiries and a lot of suggestions from our students and parents to ask these questions to our today's experts so that you get to know more about this particular country. So today's topic is MBA in Canada for lucrative career and PR, that's permanent residency. And to discuss this exciting subject, we have with us an expert speaker, and let me do the honor of introducing him. So let's welcome Dipansh Singla. Hi, Dipansh.
Hi, Aslam. Always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Dipansh, for your time. And let me quickly introduce to our audience who are seeing you first time, who is Dipansh. So Dipansh is a business development manager. Is associated with University Canada West. Dipash is a young professional with more than 8 years of diverse international experience, ranging from international student recruitment to information technology and not for profit sectors. He has spent a significant amount of time consulting with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in East Africa and was also part of world's largest youth organization, ISEC. Currently, he is working with University Canada West and specialized into finding right fit program for students and help them to achieve their study abroad dreams. So, thank you, Dipansh, for being available for today's session. And as the topic suggests, friends, we are going to focus more on the MBA part of studying in Canada and how can it helps you to identify your right career and also leads to a possible permanent residency if you wish to settle down permanently in Canada. Before we begin the today's session, I would like to say that if you have got any question or any comment, please do not forget to write onto your comment box from any platform through which you are watching us, and we'll be happy to take that question if we have a time, because we are going to have very short 25 minutes to discuss this topic. So let's start with this topic, and let me begin with the first very interesting information that, friends, I've got the report here which says that the Indian immigration to Canada has increased from 39,340 in 2016 to 80,685 in 2019, and we are in 21. So you can already see the amount of increase to the country immigration for the country of Canada for the immigration. But we are going to connect this particular topic later on, and let's begin with our first and very important question, which a lot of students and parents are confused with, because in India, whenever we talk about PG program, we just label PG for all the courses. So we don't understand necessarily the difference between PG, Masters, and MBA, and we consider all of these programs are equivalent to MBA or equivalent to PG. So let's understand from Dipansh this very important terminology. That Dipansh, can you please guide us and our students that what is the difference between doing a PG course in Canada to various colleges or going to do Masters or MBA at University of Canada West? So what's the difference between PG and Masters, Dipansh?
100%. A lot of students are confused. I'll just give a bit of background. Most of the students go for the PG program just because they think that they are less expensive and they might get done early with the PG program as compared to an MBA program. But I would like to argue with them. The most important point is that the PG program does not go in depth. It's not an in-depth study of a particular program or a course. If you talk about masters, as the name suggests, it's a master. You become master in that particular field or area. You can do very different kind of specialization as well if you are doing a master's degree. 100% the weightage of a degree program is much more than a postgraduate diploma in terms of career aspect, in terms of in-depth study, and in terms of future possibility and future opportunities as well. So if a student has choice between going for a PG diploma and masters, 100% they should choose master. And people tend to prefer PG diploma is because they do not meet the requirement most of the time. They do not meet the requirement of the master's program, because the requirement of master's program is higher, is a bit more tough as compared to the PG program. And it's tough for a reason, because you are going to do in-depth study, you are going to become master of that particular field. So you need to have that kind of skill so that you are able to get accepted to that particular master's program.
Right. So, friends, you must have heard very clearly what Dipansh has to say. Just to draw the conclusion line, if you are not eligible to get into a master's or MBA, then the PG routes becomes open to you. But what we have seen repeatedly is that students do not understand and they confuse themselves between these two. And by default, even if they are eligible for master's or MBA, they try to apply for PG, and that's where Dipansh is drawing a line to be careful and not to get fooled by the title of the course. Secondly, as rightly said, I would also add that when you come back to India or tomorrow when you migrate to some other country or travel to some other country or that employer may not recognize your PG diploma because it's still a diploma in the end, but a master's MBA degree are worldwide recognized title for your higher qualification, and you should not have any issue whilst applying for your future career in that respective domain. Thank you, Dipansh, for educating us on this point. So let's move on to the second point. Dipansh, once we understand now for MBA, what are the career opportunities are existing for students who are wanting to come to Canada for masters or MBA, in terms of job designation, in terms of industries, in terms of salary? Can you throw some lights on this, please?
100%. See, it depends on the student background as well. It depends on what kind of specialization the student pursue. For example, University Canada West offers three kind of specialization, which is finance, marketing, and leadership. Of course, if you are choosing finance sector, then you can obviously go into the banking sector. For example, we have companies like Scotia Bank, which recruits from UCW. And if you are going under the marketing field, then there are other companies like Shopify. Now, Shopify headquarter is based in Canada, so you can apply in those particular aspects. So I would say that you need to be skilled in the particular field. There is no particular field that you won't find job in. It just, if you have to make sure that you are able to find that particular opportunity, you are able to tap that particular opportunity at the right time. That is the most important part. So there is lots of career opportunity in terms of tech industry, in terms of manufacturing industry, and in terms of marketing industry as well, which for example, we have recently partnered with DMI, which is Digital Marketing Institute based in Dublin, Ireland, which is one of the renowned digital marketing institutes in the world, and their certification is very well known. And what we do is, if you do an MBA with UCW, you're getting that recognition, you are getting that particular certificate, DMI certificate. Moreover, I think you will agree with me that world is moving more and more towards skill-based occupation, skill-based recruitment.
That's right.
And we do realize that fact. And in fact, what we have done at UCW is we provide those skill certification. For example, we have Tableau. Now, Tableau, as we know, a lot of engineering graduate might be already aware about it. It's a data analysis tool. The big
Right.
data is such a hot topic, and students get really, really good salary in data analysis. And what we do is at UCW, we actually give those certification. You pass those exams, we give those certification. So yet, whenever there is a recruiter and there are particular skill that is required for that particular job, you can show the proof. You can show these are the skills that I'm certified already in, and it becomes the right fit. It's very, very important to know that sometimes student, like for example in India, the MBA, sometimes they get lost. They don't know what to choose, what to pick, and their skills are not certified, and they end up doing a degree without any cause and without any direction. But at UCW, what will happen is, first day you land into Canada, first day you attend class, there will be a career service team who will be assisting you with it. They will ask you all sorts of questions: what type of career you want, what kind of industry you want to work in, which part of the world do you want to work in, and accordingly they will let you know, okay, these are the skills that are required for that particular job, the kind of job that you are looking for. From starting first year, they can start working on those particular skill, get certification, additional certification on top of MBA for those particular skill, and get that right fit. Um, I would also like to suggest, for example, Amazon. Amazon is such a big name and recruits so many people, so many people. And if you see, Vancouver is just near to US city like Seattle. Now Seattle is just a couple of hours away. Now Seattle is the Amazon headquarters, so it becomes really, really easy for student to break that barrier and get into this global companies. Moreover, I'm not sure if you know this fact, but Vancouver is known as Silicon Valley of Canada. Like US, like world Silicon Valley is California, Indian
Yeah.
Silicon Valley is Bangalore. In Canada, Vancouver is the Silicon Valley. So there's
Wow.
so many jobs out there. So I would not suggest, okay, this is the particular industry that student should work in. I think student should work in whichever industry he works in. He should like that job. He should have passion about that job, and
Absolutely.
100% he will or she will, if she get the right skill, they will be able to find the way.
So, Dipanj, what's the salary you would safely say that student can expect after doing MBA from any university, including UCW?
100%. So the salary they can expect is from 68,000 Canadian dollar to somewhere around a lakh Canadian dollar, 100,000 Canadian dollar, or 110,000 Canadian dollar. So actually, what happens is, it really depends on the kind of company that is hiring you
Sure.
and the
Yeah.
kind of position they are hiring you. For example, an MBA student, there might be an MBA student who is a fresh graduate, and he is doing an MBA. There might be a student who has 8 years of experience and then doing an MBA. Of course,
Correct.
the position of the guy who has already worked eight experience, he might get a more senior position than a particular person who has directly doing an MBA. So
Hmm.
it will depend on a lot of factors. But on an average, if I have to tell you, is 68,000 to 110,000 Canadian dollar.
Okay, fair enough. So, friends, that's a very comprehensive answer. What Dipansh, I really love the way you have summarized the entire job scenario and career scenario. What happens very frankly and very openly to the students and parents for understanding that how can they benefit out of this particular course. And what very important point you mentioned is knowing the goal. That's the first and foremost important step they need to know. And friends, if you are confused and if you don't know what MBA you should select, or you want to talk more about your career goal before even you talk about the course, then here is the link in front of you wherein you can click on and you can get more information about student ability tests which we offer to our students. You can take it online and it will take you through the different question series which will help you to identify your own strengths and weaknesses. We have a lot of success stories which you can watch onto our YouTube channel, that students who have taken this test and how they got benefited out of taking one clear pathway for their particular career. So very important information you have received now from the Panch about your career and post study benefits. Let's move further, and before we move further, I've got a very interesting information to share. Friends, do you know that Canada has got 99% literacy rate as a country? So that's something which is very important to rejoice about the country. In fact, in India, we have got one state which claims to have a 99% literacy rate, wherein we are talking about the country which has got the entire literacy rate, whereby you can experience the education of a very high quality level. Let's move on to the next question, and let's ask Dipansh to describe more of University Canada West, how this university position itself vis-a-vis other schools, colleges, and university, and what are the some strong points which student or parents or the school principals who are listening to us now should and must know in order to consider this as one of their best options for studying in Canada. Dipansh.
100%. So I think whenever you choose a university, you should also take into point the location. Location is also plays a very very important role where you are studying, and it plays equal role that okay, you are studying this university or college, you are also studying this particular location. And UCW is located in downtown Vancouver. What I mean by downtown Vancouver is right in the middle of the city, so right where all the action is happening, right where all the corporates are there. And as we know, and I think Aslam, you will agree as well with me, that it's all about the network you build, right? It's not
Absolutely.
very traditional market like placement like it happens in India, right? For example, a company like Wipro goes to a BTech engineering college and recruits in bulk like 100, 200 students. That's not how it's going to happen. It just happens in India, but everywhere else there won't be a spoon feeding. You will have to find job yourself, and the way it happens is the better you are able to position yourself, the better you are able to network with the corporates, the more it's more likely that you will get that particular job or particular opportunity. So the location matters a lot, and Vancouver as a city is the third most livable city around the world. After Melbourne and Vienna, it's Vancouver, and the quality of life is amazing, and the weather is comparatively better as compared to other parts of Canada. I know Canada is snow laden all around the year. It's a very, very cold country. But Vancouver, as compared to other parts of Canada, the weather is much better. Other thing about UCW is UCW has 100% placement rate. 100% of the students find job within 6 months after graduation. So that's
Wow,
really, really
that's
big
amazing.
news for the audience. And the third positive point, which often students do not see. See, if a student is going for an MBA degree, obviously he is trying to learn business. And if you're learning business, it's one of the key criteria, one of the most important aspect is ROI. What is the return on investment? And UCW is very, very positively priced. It's very positively priced, so your return on investment is bang on. Like for example, UCW MBA just cost around 20 lakhs. Now, there are so many MBAs that happen in India which are much, much more expensive than UCW MBA. Here,
Yes,
you
very
literally
many
travel
schools.
to Canada, you get to study in downtown Vancouver, and with 100% placement rate, and you're just spending 20 lakhs. And 20 lakhs in 1 year, you can make it back. No problem at all. Even there are students who made it back in 6 months. So return on investment is very, very important. I mean, there's some student who goes to Ivy League, take hell lot of a loan, like 1 crore or something, and they spend 10 years, 15 years to repay that loan. But here,
Yes,
in 6 months or 1 year, you're already getting rid of the loan. So return on investment is really, really good. Another big news is that UCW moved to a new campus last year, which is Vancouver House. Vancouver House is one of the biggest real estate development in the history of Vancouver in the last 10 years.
wow,
So the infrastructure wise is quite solid. And the building that we moved in is also was awarded a lot of awards in terms of architectural design. So architectural design of that building is quite unique, and one of the top architect, I'm forgetting the name, one of the top architect actually built that particular structure. So infrastructure wise as well, UCW is quite solid, quite on the mark. Another positive thing about UCW is that we have post-study work permit rights, and students who do an MBA program from UCW will be eligible for post-study work permit up to 3 years, and that will also count towards your CRS score. Like most of the student might want to apply for a permanent residency later on, and
yeah,
they can obviously take the benefit. And because we have been operating from such a long time, we have a strong alumni base that we often tap into. Career service often tap into in order to find your job, or in order to get your foot on the door to get that particular interview. Because that's the first step. We
right,
also do a lot of other things. For example, job fairs. We organize job fairs for the students. We invite different companies to come down to campus, and it has happened in the past. They have recruited students on the spot. Some of the companies include like Apple, Amazon, Google. So all big names are there that comes to the campus and actually recruits students.
right,
So this is, like I said, the location matters, and we are
yeah,
located quite centrally in Vancouver, which is a silicon capital of Canada. We are also have 100% placement rate. We are also in a very infrastructure-wise very solid, and moreover, to top it all, we are very positively priced. Like it's not heavy on your
absolutely,
pocket, and you're not shelling out so much of money, and you're still getting the same value
right.
that you're getting from any other college.
No, I completely agree on this point, and I see a lot of value has been added by the university like UCW in recent times into the domain. I would say just into the domain of study abroad space, because students are always finding it very difficult to invest a lot of money for so-called the B schools. And in fact, as you rightly said, in India also, in Mumbai alone, we have got quite a few schools who charge more than 20 lakhs rupees for an MBA program, and they don't even come into top 5,000 in ranking in the world. As compared to that, if UCW is inviting students to come and join their MBA for 20 lakhs, which is as good as spending for a PG. And we have already discussed that how MBA or master's programs are better and outdo the PG diploma course. It makes a lot of sense from students and parents' point of view to invest into the right direction to get what you rightly said, the best ROI onto your investment, onto education. And friends, what Dipansh has also added a lot of valuable information about what you must be also asking for, that who all the company who comes onto the campus, job fairs, and very important point which I believe and what he rightly said is the skill development. So you're not only getting a degree in the end of the year, the university is equally interested to equip you with the latest skills and the knowledge which the industry requires. And Tableau, because I've used and I've worked on to Tableau, it's an amazing platform, and most of the world's best companies are using the technology to crunch the data and get the juice out of the data which they produce. So I believe that these all certifications and skilled qualification makes a lot of sense for you to get immediately employed post your post graduation. Thank you, Dipansh. Before I move further, and my next question is very much what again a lot of the students and parents have submitted to us to ask to Dipansh is the difference between Toronto and Vancouver. This is always a fight, always a debate, and I'm sure you go onto YouTube and you will see hundreds of videos, claiming each other cities to be the best. But before Dipansh joins us to answer this question, let me share with you another interesting point about Canada. So, friends, do you know that more than half of the lakes in the world, more than half of the lakes in the world are alone located in the country Canada? And that's the reason why probably Canada is one of the most beautiful countries in the world to live. And by the area, Canada is the second largest country in the world. So after understanding these basic nuances, let's move further and let's understand from Dipansh. Dipansh, how would you compare Toronto versus Vancouver?
Before that, Aslam, I want to be clear. Trust me that the fees is going to increase next year. So this year is golden opportunity for students to take the benefit of it. And because of COVID, we did not increase the fee this year. Otherwise, it
Wow,
was supposed to increase. So this year is a really, really good chance for the students to take the benefit.
absolutely.
So there might be some silver lining to COVID after all. Now, speaking about Toronto and Vancouver, the major differences, what are the differences? So, if you understand that geographically, Vancouver is on the west side and Toronto is on the east side of Canada. Now, Toronto is majorly, if you see, is also a tech hub, and which Vancouver is as well. But the weather is one of the major, and it could be, to be honest, it could be a major deal breaker for the student. Like, trust me, some of the students do not prefer the cold climate, and some of the students actually came back to India because of the harsh weather. So
Yes,
it might be, and you should take into consideration the weather as well, because you will be going there, you will be experiencing that weather. And Vancouver has a more pleasant climate. Moreover, Vancouver, 40% of the population is immigrant, so it is more immigrant friendly. We can say that as compared to Toronto. Moreover, if you see in terms of the economy as well, in terms of the quality of life, is much better in Vancouver. As I rightly said, it's ranked third most livable city in the world,
wow,
and Toronto is not in the even in the first 10. So so that's also one of the major differences that says a lot about the city as well. And I would also like to touch upon the point, like most of the students who are going to Canada, obviously they are going outside India. They want a global exposure. They want to meet different people from all around the world.
wow,
If you see, Vancouver is much more culturally diverse. It's much more international as compared to Toronto. Where Toronto, you will see that so many Indians that go there, and it might happen that, because we tend to find solace with people from our own community, so we try to flock with our own community, we try to do everything. So don't get me wrong, but if you are trying to get global exposure, you need to interact with people from all around the world. And if
true,
you are trying for a global job, because there are going to be people from all around the world working in that particular multinational company, so it's very important to make yourself culturally aware, that you are able to interact, you are able to understand different culture, you are able to navigate yourself within that atmosphere. And UCW, like for example, like I'm the representative for India. We have 40 other representatives in 40 different countries recruiting local students. So we have people from all around the world. So we make sure that the class that you get is multicultural, very diverse, so that you are able to get that learning curve with regards to the cultural aspect, so that you are more global mindset. You develop that
absolutely.
global mindset.
Absolutely, very well said, friends. So that's the fair comparison, and especially weather is seems to be the very important decision factor for most of the students and parents, and you should be also consider of this important factor before you choose a destination within Canada when you're looking for your university. We are just approaching towards the conclusion of the program, and let's before that let's ask Dipansh. Dipansh, if you can quickly tell us what's the scholarship is available for the students and when they can apply for the coming intake.
Like I said, this is the best year for a student to apply at UCW. Is also because we are offering a very generous scholarship. Now for the MBA program, we are offering academic excellence scholarship from 2,000 Canadian dollar to 10,000 Canadian dollar. If you have 75% and above, you are more likely to get 10,000 Canadian dollar. It depends on the board that you have, done your graduation in. So don't take my word for it. So it will depend on the admission committee review at the end of the day. But it's safe to say 75-80% above will get 10,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. So that 20 lakh just came down to 15 lakhs.
Wow.
So, and most of the students out there are able to secure more than 70-72%. So they will be eligible for that scholarship. So UCW is offering scholarship left, right, center. Moreover, we have very, very nice refund scheme. For example, if your visa get refused, you get full refund. Even if you have started online classes without your visa, as we know, there's delay from the embassy end, you still get full refund in case your visa gets refused. So there is a very win-win situation. We also provide hotel voucher, like 650 Canadian dollar hotel voucher. We know that it's mandatory for 14-day quarantine that you have to do in a hotel. We understand it could be heavy on the pockets of the student, and we are providing that kind of support, extra support to the student. So academic excellence is the number one. If you will automatically get qualified for it. You just have to apply. We have July intake, we have October intake. Those are the two upcoming intakes. You just apply, you just approach Aleph, they submit the application, and automatically you will get to know what amount of scholarship you will get. And the offer turnaround time is also very fast. Within 7 days, you will get to know what is your outcome, what is the scholarship, if you are getting the offer letter or not. For the UG candidate after class 12 in BCom program, we are offering 17,400 Canadian dollar bursary straight away. It does not depend on your percentage. If you get the offer letter, you will get that bursary. And that is more or less, in order to put things in perspective, that's more or less your 1 year tuition fee is getting waived off, which is really, really for the student. So that's why I was focusing on the fact that this year is one of the best year for students to apply at UCW.
Absolutely. So friends, get onto your shoes and then apply for this particular amazing university located in the Silicon Valley of Canada and get avail of these scholarships which are there. I've already shared the information, and you can contact us for more information anyways after this program. Thank you, Dipansh, for giving such a valuable information and such a generous scholarship offering to the students. And in fact, I would congratulate your university and to you for taking this very encouraging step, because in this given difficult point of time where the parents are also struggling with their livelihood and their businesses and their source of income, university like UCW coming forth and helping these students and parents through this way of scholarship, which is unheard of Canadian university offering, is really remarkable. And I really appreciate this gesture of the university. So moving further, Dipansh, I'll just quickly ask you our last rapid fire question, and I would expect you to just answer in 1 or 2 words before we conclude the session. So are you ready now?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, great.
Hope there is a gift hamper at the end of it.
Definitely, you will receive a lot of students from us. Okay, so let's begin. And first question, what the students wants to know is that what's the IELTS band requirement for MBA?
6.5 overall with 6 in writing.
Very good, thank you. And is UCW is a private or public institute?
It's a private university with all the accreditation in place.
Okay. Is 15 years of education in India, which is bachelor's degree of 15 years, 12 plus 3, is acceptable for MBA or master?
Yes, acceptable for MBA.
Okay. What is the average fee in Indian rupees for MBA gross and net after scholarship?
After scholarship, depending on what kind of scholarship you get, assuming you get 10,000 Canadian dollar, then the fees will be around 15 lakhs. Total fees.
Total fees. Thank you very much. And the last question is, how many years of stayback student will be eligible after doing 2 years MBA at UCW?
Up to 3 years.
Up to 3 years. Thank you very much, Dipansh. Friends, I'm sure that you must have got a lot of information today in this very informative session with Dipansh. And Dipansh, it's always a pleasure to have you and learn so many things about Canada, about Vancouver, and about UCW.
Same here, Aslam. Thank you so much, and all the best to the audience.
Okay, great. So thank you everyone for joining us today. It was really wonderful session we had on MBA in Canada for lucrative career in PR. Thank you, Dipansh, once again for your insightful information. If any of our listeners who seek further information, please feel free to contact us on our helpline number 99870 or you can visit our website on www.alif.in and you can leave your message with your question. My name is Aslam Sheikh, founder and CEO of Alif, signing off with a promise to come back again next Friday sharp at 5 p.m. with another interesting topic and with amazingly talented speaker to enlighten you on a subject that is matters to you the most. Until then, thank you for watching the program. Stay safe and stay excited.